Okay, I am in front of Costco gas with Will Powers, a SLO resident. He's 71 years old and he's protesting Costco gas. Will, can you tell me why you're protesting Costco gas?
Yeah, well, I started originally because I found out that they were carrying BP gas, and it was at about the same time as the Gulf oil spill. And so I thought, that's not appropriate. They seem like a fine, upstanding company. They shouldn't be carrying BP. So I came out and held out my sign, and they descended on me like locusts, man. The management came running out of the store. They called the police. Like 3 cruisers out here, like I had done some kind of a serious crime. So that's how it started. And over the years, I focused on different things. I found out from the BMW dealer across the street that he won't send his cars over here. He said that's junk gas. So put a little focus on that too. My original point was just to make the point about BP. But then when they worked as hard as they did to try to get rid of me, that kind of irritated me and got me a little stubborn. They sued me for trespass. Their property starts right there between those 2 signs. I never went on their property. But they claimed I did. And they spent $200,000 trying to get rid of me. Went all the way to the California Supreme Court. And out of all of that money, they got an injunction saying I couldn't go on their property. And I said, I don't care, I never went on your property anyway. So if you look up the case law on demonstrations like this, they're almost all Costco and Target. 2 companies that they have this squeaky clean image and they want to maintain it. So they really, really, really wanted to get rid of me. So kind of the more they wanted to get rid of me, the more I didn't want to get rid of. And
let me stop you there. All right, you can continue.
As a larger picture, if you look at corporate America, which is becoming more and more engulfing, where companies buy companies buy companies, and pretty soon you have maybe 1 or 2 companies dominating an area, a type of retail, that's not good for the consumer. And it makes it harder and harder to reach anybody and say, I don't like this, or this didn't go well.
So what are you hoping to get out of all of this?
Well, I turn away 5 to 8 customers a week. That's part of the reason why they don't like me so much.
So you're telling me what you're hoping to get out of this?
As I was telling him, the larger picture is, you mentioned consolidation of media. There's consolidation of everything. Grocery chains buying each other up, and it reaches a point where they don't have to compete. They just set the price and you're stuck. So I figure anything that gives me a chance to kind of poke at corporate America, that makes it a plus too. So it's the free speech issue, it's the shop local issue. I go to my local gas station, the profits stay here, then I go to Washington State. And just the idea that it's getting harder and harder to get people to stand up for anything. I don't want to upset anybody. I don't want to rock the boat. 2 sides to every story, everything they come up with. And I think it's kind of cowardly. And I'm trying to get more and more people to say, well, I'll pick out my thing and I'll stand up for it. It's like the Planned Parenthood protesters. I totally disagree with them. Those people are dedicated.
So are you familiar with Greg Popovich?
Oh, yeah.
So have you seen his comments recently in the past few days? What do you think about his comments?
First of all, I was kind of surprised. I mean, he's an irascible old guy and doesn't like to talk to the media much. But again, you can go on talk radio today, go to right-wing talk radio, and he'll be lambasted. Because how dare you? And people trying to tell people, oh, that's not the right time to protest, or that's not the right way to protest. That's not my job to tell people this is the right way, this is the right time. If you're standing up for something, I respect it. And I respect people who don't agree with the anthem protests. Okay, right to your opinion.
So would you liken all of the consolidation in media and oil, would you liken that to what's going on with the utility companies as well?
Absolutely, because when you don't have competition, you don't have a chance. And it's even more insidious on media now. I don't know if you know about Sinclair. broadcasting. They're buying up local stations and they're force feeding
And pushing
them
their propaganda on people. Yeah.
That's dangerous. They don't say, this is our opinion and you should take it as, no, they just present it as real news.